In this video, I show how I make my own DIY book cloth. You've probably seen book cloth on commercially bound, case-bound books. You get different types of book cloth. You can also buy it commercially made to use for your own projects. But yeah, it's also quite easy to make yourself if you need it. Personally, I don't do a lot of it, but I do find it quite helpful, particularly sometimes for printing on. So what you need is a piece of cloth, obviously, and a piece of paper. Here I'm just using a piece of cotton sheeting because I'm going to print on it, and some ordinary printer paper, making sure it's in the short grain. And then I'm using the back of a tray, but you could use anything, but you really just need something that you can leave it on to dry. So you should really iron it first, but I don't always, the fabric first, but I don't always do that. But I start by spraying it lightly, and then just with water and making sure it's flat on my surface. And then I'll put that aside. And I then take my paper and some paste that I've made. I'm just using paste that I've made from ordinary flour and water. I'll link to the video where I show how to make it, but it's basically 1 tablespoon of flour to half a cup of water, or whatever you want to do. And I then apply that evenly to my paper. There are other ways of doing this. I've seen people do it with some sort of heat activated substance that they iron on. I've never bothered to try that. Yeah, this works well for me. There are also other ways of doing it with a filled cloth, and I might try that sometime, but yeah, for now this is what I do. And once the paste is evenly applied to your paper, I'll put that aside and then take my piece of cloth and basically just position my paper over my fabric, ideally leaving a couple of centimeters around the fabric. You don't want to push down too hard because you don't want your paste going through the fabric, but you do need it to go into the fabric. So I find that just gently brushing it with a dry brush generally helps. One other thing with the paste is it's quite important to either sieve it or blend it, just to make sure that there are no lumps in it. So at this stage you just make sure that there are no air bubbles and hopefully no lumps, and then you basically leave it to dry. And here I'm going to do another one using a botanical print that I had previously done. Now with the previous one I just used ordinary printer paper, but for this one I'm using tissue paper. This can be a bit more tricky, and not all tissue paper will work. Some of it will just disintegrate. But this is a tissue paper that I have used before and found that it worked okay. When I started this video, I actually was going to try a new method using 2 sticks to hold it together, which apparently works well for fragile paper. But I really should have practiced that first because I made a mess of it. So I'm just doing what I normally do and being careful because it is fragile. Yeah, and basically then just applying my paste to it and then placing it over my fabric. Of course, this is the back of my fabric facing up because we want to be able to see the front of the fabric when it's finished. So yeah, this was a bit trickier, but I've basically got it so that it's over the whole of the fabric, and then I just repeat the process, brushing it lightly. And what I'm doing here is just using some tape because I didn't get it exactly over the edge very well, not very far over the edge, so just to make sure that it doesn't pull out. And then I also will leave that, put that one aside and leave it to dry. And it's now the next morning and they are completely dry, so I basically just have to remove them from my trays. I can either, usually I'll just like cut a little slit in the paper and then place my bone folder underneath to tear it off. My bone folder, or you could use any blunt sort of thing. And there I have my finished piece of book cloth that's ready to be used. The excess paper on the tray will come off fairly easily if you just dampen it. That's the advantage of using paste, that a bit of damp cloth will bring it off. So this white sheeting I've basically done so that I can print on it, which I've done with this example here. And here I'm showing how I do print. In this case, it's actually a piece of calico. I find different fabric gives a different texture. The important thing I find with printing, though, is I've only ever done it on an inkjet printer, but the important thing is to make sure that your edges are cut very fine. Now, what I'm doing here isn't really essential, but it's an optional thing that I don't always do. And that is that I give it, I do this both for printed and other cloth, is to give it a layer of acrylic medium. This is just ordinary acrylic gel medium. You'll get different varieties. But I apply that with a paintbrush fairly liberally so that it goes into the fabric. But then you need to work fairly quickly, at least if you've got a dye ink printer like I do, because otherwise the colors will start to smudge. But I find that it does work if you do it quickly enough. And I'll apply that well and then just go over it with a sponge roller, or you could just dab it with a sponge, because that just helps to get rid of the brush marks. And then I'll just hang that up to dry and it'll be ready to use. So here I have my two pieces that I've made, and also the cover that I printed. As I say, I don't use it that often, but I do tend to use it in order to print on. So if you found the video helpful, then please do like and share it, etc. And if you would like to support me in order to make more videos, either in a once-off or an ongoing way, I have opened a Ko-fi account, so I'll put the link below, and hopefully I will become more regular in posting. At least that's the plan. So thanks a lot.